Hello everybody, and today I'm going to do a review on possibly the lowest mileage 2016 Vauxhall Astra. Now before I get into this video, I'd just like to say thank you to Adam, who has lent me his car for me to be able to do a review on it. So I'll leave his handles in the description box below, so give him a follow if you want. And also another point I want to mention is that not too long ago I did do a review on the 2007 Vauxhall Astra Sport Coupe. So it'd be cool to go watch that and see how far Vauxhall have come in 10 years time. So if you want to go see any of that, I'll leave the link in the description box below, or it'll appear in the pop-out banner above. So the model I have beside me is the 2016 Vauxhall Astra Elite Nav that comes with a 1.4 6-speed manual petrol engine that pumps out 148 brake horsepower. But you can also get this car with an automatic transmission, and you could get it with the 9-speed automatic, or you could get a stepless automatic, which is just another word for a CVT gearbox. Now I have no idea why Vauxhall call it a stepless gearbox. Don't know why they just stick with CVT. Now first of all, I want to talk about the front of the car before I get on to all the other bits. And that's because when I was looking at this car on Auto Trader, I actually thought it came with LED lights as standard, but I was fooled. If you actually did want LED lights, the first owner would have to spec it from factory, or you would have to purchase the one model above this, which is the Ultimate Nav. So next up, we move on to the rear pillars of the car. And if you've watched my Vauxhall Adam video, you would know that Vauxhall had tried hiding their C-pillars into the rear windows by combining it and tinting out the rear windows. And you can see here they've done the same with the Astra. So you could definitely see a pattern going on here. In terms of styling, I believe it's probably the second best looking car out of the two other family hatchback competitors, which are the Ford Focus and the VW Golf, placing the Focus in first place for its design and the Golf in last place, unless you opt for the GTI or the Golf R, then it would completely change things. All in all, it's a well-rounded design, and I'm a big fan of the front of the car as opposed to the rear, which just looks like an Alfa Romeo. Is it just me, or does anyone else agree? Before we get into the front interior and all the features, I want to mention that in the rear seats, when I was actually writing the script for this video, all the articles that I read over said that there was no rear seat armrest. However, in this Elite Nav, you actually do get a rear seat armrest. So it clearly shows that Vauxhall have clearly listened to their customers. And whilst I'm here, you do actually get loads of headspace and loads of legroom. And in fact, the rear seats are actually heated, so you could actually have heated rear seats. So as for the interior design, you'd actually be quite surprised how nice it is in here. It's definitely a massive step up over the older cars, and you get this new leather wrapped steering wheel, which definitely complements the handling of the car. Also, another point to add, that this car's only done 18,000 miles in 3 years, which, you know, is very low compared to normal use. So everything still feels brand new in here, and it feels like it's just come out of factory. But one weird feature in the Vauxhall Astra is that they've placed the hazard lights right behind the driver's steering wheel. So you're driving along and then you see a crash ahead and you want to warn the drivers behind. You go to press the hazard lights and then you press this menu button in the middle, and then it just goes onto the menu screen and you're like, what's going on? And it's just a complete mess. I don't know why they haven't put the hazard light button in the middle and then the menu button on the right side. It would have made more sense, to be fair. So it's not all that weird in the Vauxhall Astra. You do actually get this cool feature called the OnStar system, which enables you to use 4G and Wi-Fi in the car. But hold on for this part, you only get that free from the first year of purchase since new. And then on afterwards, you'd have to pay £79 a year for it to carry on. Yep, that's right, £79 a year for a feature that you're never going to use. Another thing I want to add is that there's a little piece of plastic here, which I think it's for you to insert some piece for your phone or something like that. Can someone let me know what it is down in the comments down below, because I'm really interested. But at the moment, I have no clue. But anyway, enough waffle. I think we should hit the road and see what this car feels like. Yeah, and definitely it's way more nimble than the previous Astra that was out. I think it's cause I think it's around 150 kilograms lighter than the previous one, which, you know, increases handling, better speed, better fuel economy, and all them factors contribute to this being a little nimble hatchback. I think this car is literally an awesome daily. If you did have a supercar and you just wanted like a family hatchback runabout, this is, you know, without a doubt, probably the best choice you're going to get. Or a Ford Focus, but in the same price range. If you were to get a new Golf, you'd have to get a really basic spec, whereas this one you do get a whole load of options, and, you know, safety features in fact. In terms of ride height, I think you actually sit slightly lower. I don't know, that's just me assuming, but you do feel more planted to the road and more engaged. In terms of choices to go for, I would be very, what's the word? It'd be difficult choices. Either this car at this spec or the VW Golf R-Line, because they are both in the same price range, offer similar amounts of power, and offer very similar capabilities. But I feel like this has way more tech than the Golf. But if you are choosing any engines, definitely go for this 1.4 petrol engine, because, you know, if you do get the 9-speed automatic, it just feels like way too many gears. You don't need that. You either need this in a diesel 6-speed manual, the 1.5, or this 1.4 petrol. They do you fine. Anyway, thank you for watching, and if you want me to review your car, just email me with the email on the screen provided now. Thank you, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye. Now the model I have beside me is the 2016 Vauxhall Astra with the one... Shut up, lad.